Good morning, this is Larry. We are going to be doing some metal detecting today. Yeah, you can see the ground is covered in snow. I would say that there's probably about 3 inches of snow here. We're going to be doing this playground area here, and then across the street there is a double sand volleyball court. We're also going to be doing that. We're going to give it a shot. We're going to be using the Legend today with the LG 24 coil. Going to use the small coil because of the ice and everything out here, so that I'm taking my time going over targets. But let's get started and have a wonderful day. So you can see we're out here. We're getting a 26-27 right here. So we're going to see if we can't get it out of the ground. So we're getting a 26-27 out of this hole. I'm down about 8 inches, and I got a, looks like it is a old nut. I can see by the shape of it that that's what it is, even though it's pretty crusty. But it's out of the ground, and we're going to move on. So right here, I'm getting a 41-42. So out of this hole, we were getting a 41-42. We are down about 8 inches. Yep, due to snow and everything. And there we have it, a 1998 Memorial. So right here, getting a 51-49. So we're going to go down and see if we got ourselves a quarter. All right, so out of this hole, we were getting a 51-52. We're down about 6 inches, and we got a Sacagawea dollar coin. This is only my second dollar coin ever. So the park ranger just stopped by, told me that they just remulched this area about 3 weeks ago. He said I probably wouldn't find anything, but I already let him know that I have. So we're going to keep going, and he did give me a couple pointers on other places to go in the park here. So we're going to take that into consideration and have a great day. So right here, we're getting a 42-50. But we're going to check it out and see what we got here. So pinpointed here. So now we're getting a steady 41, 42, now 43. So let's go look at it. That hole there, well, we're getting such a sketchy signal. We know why. We are down to the tarp. So we're going to hang up on this hole and keep moving. So right here we're getting a 32. And it's not down too far. So right there we were getting a 32. We weren't sure. And we got ourselves our first vape of the year. So right here we're getting a 38-39. So and that hole was sketchy, but after I got down a little bit, I redid the metal detector and it was getting a 41-42. And here we have a Memorial. So right here we're getting a lot of chunky tones, but we're getting a good 51 in there. Well, this hole here, we were getting all kinds of signals. But the most important thing is we pulled ourselves out of Rosie. So right here we are getting a steady 41. So out of that hole, we were getting a 41, and our 41 is another memorial. Well, I dropped that memorial, and boy, was it hard to find, but I got it again. $33 all the way to a 46. Not sure, but that's why I'm here. It was a real sketchy target out of that hole, all the way from 33 to 41. So I got a piece of wadded up foil, but it's out of the ground. So right there we're getting a 46, 47. Well, that sketchy signal, another piece of foil. We're down about, I'd say about 14 inches. So right there, 34, 35, 36. And I know it's probably foil, but I found jewelry, costume jewelry in this range. So we're going to look into it. Well, it wasn't foil. It wasn't costume jewelry. It's a ring part, like a tie for a fence. Getting a solid 38. Only one way to find out what it is. So, another piece of foil. But you know what? I am amazed that we're finding all this stuff through 3.5, 4 inches of snow, down 8 to 12 inches. So we're having a great time, and the legend is doing wonderful. So right there, we're getting a solid 41, about 3 bars down. So a 41 out of that hole, and there is our memorial. All right, so right here, we're getting a 26. And it's down about 3, 4 bars. Let's go see if we can get lucky with a nickel. And how about that? We were blessed with a nickel. So right there, we're getting a steady 45, 46. Well, it's actually been more of a 46. Down about 3 bars. So I'm thinking it might be a copper. So we were getting a solid 46 out of that hole. 1981 copper penny. Boy, I'm having fun. All right, so we have a solid 26 signal here. And it only looks like about 3 bars down. So, as you know, everything could be good or bad. So, 6 inches down, we got a nice little piece of metal. Don't know what it is, but it wasn't our nickel. So we're going to move on. So a solid 33 right here, about 2 bars down. So our solid 33 is a solid piece of tinfoil. So right here we're getting a solid 44, 45. So our solid 44, 45 turned out to be a little grommet. You can see that in my hand. Probably came off somebody's jacket. So right here we're getting a 44, 45, 46. More 46 right now. About 3 bars down. Now that hole, our 45, 46, turned out to be another Rosie. So out of this hole right here, we were getting a solid 20. And I really thought that I might have struck gold since it's right at the bottom of the slide. But I found myself a nut. So I'm getting a pretty solid, well, I'm getting a lot of chunky signals here. But I'm picking up a pretty solid 45, 46 right there. And I know why my signal was so chunky there. It was coming on, most of it was a good solid 45, 46, but then it started to get a little chunky as I went around it. A whole can. And I think, not sure, it is a beer can. Why? I will never understand the human race. Oh, and I got my first pull tab of the day. So we have finished the playground area. We got a $1.35. The dollar was a Sacagawea dollar coin. And then we got some pennies, 1 copper, 1 nickel, and some dimes. We didn't get our quarter off of there, so we didn't make the cycle. But we are now headed over to this fenced-in area over here, which are volleyball courts. There's 2 of them there if you can see them. And we're going to try our luck there for a little while. So the volleyball courts will have to be another time, because on this end, the entrance, and on the other end, the entrance, they have been fenced off, and they're pretty tied on there pretty good, so I'm not going to break that and go in. They don't want me in there, then I'm not going to go in there. But we'll make this another time. So we couldn't do that volleyball court, and we still have a few hours, so we are at another playground. And this one even looks like the snow might be packed down pretty good because there's been a lot of kids out here. But let's see what we can find. So my first target at this playground was out of this hole, and I was getting a 25, 26. And I found 2 pieces, 1 small piece of pipe and another small piece of something. I don't know what it is, but it certainly is heavy. All right, so I'm only my second target on this playground. Getting a 45, 41, 42. So I was getting a pretty jumpy signal here, but it was on edge, and it is a memorial penny. So it was my first coin here, only my second target. And I'm getting a 44, 45 right here. But that is mud, and it is rock solid. So whatever's there is going to stay there. So we are going to wrap it up for today. Found just a little bit of trash and 1 penny off this playground. So that means $1.36 for the day. But there was a lot of pipes and things under the ground here at this playground. Not sure why, but we're done. So thanks for coming along, and we'll do the wrap up later. So sometimes you wonder why you are somewhere. And I got done at this playground, and I saw a young lady moving the snow around, and I said, I wonder if she lost something. And there is that sterling silver ring that we were able to find for her. And now she's happy again.
Yes.
So you have a blessed day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
God loves you.
I really appreciate this.
So I want to do my finds video, but we'll start off with the trash. We're going to do that outside, and I'll do the coins on the inside. But you can see we got our first vape of the year. This is a large nut. It's one of me laying on the table here, but it's got so much frozen dirt around it, it's crazy. And then we got a square nut, and the can counts as two finds because I got the can and a pull tab. So that's pretty cool. This was my only pull tab for this playground. And then I got the bottle cap and a couple other stuff. So we'll add onto this video inside when we do the coins. So I did my finds video for the trash that we got. I wanted to do one now for the coins. It was a fun time. I know I'm a little crazy for being out there in that kind of weather and having to dig through ice to find things, but I am hooked on the adventure. So let's go through what we got here. So we got 5 zinc pennies. So we got a total of 6 pennies. We got 5 zinc pennies, and we did get a 1981 copper. And I always double check my coins in weighing. I use my scale over here to weigh them out, and anything 3.1 or a little better is a copper penny. I did get 1 nickel. I got 2 dimes here, and then only my second ever dollar coin. It's a Sacagawea. It's in pretty bad shape. I'm going to put these through the machine and see if I can clean them up a little bit. But it was a nice find, so it was good. So if you look at it, we got $1, 20, 5, 31. So you see, $1.31 off of those 2 playgrounds. Not $1.36 like I was saying. I don't know where I found that extra nickel in my mind, but it was probably lost in there somewhere. The downside is I can't spend it. So thanks again for coming along. If you haven't already, please hit the like or dislike button, whichever you prefer. Sometimes a comment is a good thing to have, so it gives me an idea of what you did or didn't like. Also, I ask that you would please hit the subscribe button. It helps me to grow my channel. Thank you very much. God bless, and we'll see you on the next adventure.